But here comes Brooks, just right up next to me, and we just hop on his wheel. He chases you guys for like a quarter of a lap, and then Nate looks behind him and sees us. It was the maddest I've ever seen Nate.
This was about the time Nate's like, "You brought the whole effing group with you."
Yeah.
He
was like, I thought I was gonna drop them. I'm like, you haven't dropped anybody all day. Like, why are you gonna drop them now?
Yeah, the whole ride back, he's like, I thought I could drop Gabe. I was like, what gave you that idea?
Yeah.
But he had a plan, which is way better than he normally has. So
19.
No, 20. It's 20.
20.
20. This is not medical advice.
Not medical advice. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Soil Cycling number 20. My name is Matt Gulson. When I'm not busy hosting TikTok blind box channels, I am hosting this podcast, and we are live with Hank Dieters, Justin Pohl, Matt Johnson, Nate Jones, Austin Hines, and Gabriel Arnone. And we are pretty much the people who know everything about cycling in Southern Illinois. And if you have a problem with that, well, turn us off. So what's going on, guys? What are we going to talk about?
It's already spicy.
Fair enough.
Bars high. Tell us about your TikTok, Matt.
Yeah,
TikTok video.
Yeah. So these guys here. Did you know about blind box culture? Did anybody?
Yes.
Hank did not. No. Okay. So yeah, like about 6 months ago, my wife started like buying these blind boxes, and it's like an obsession. You know, you start small. It's like a drug. You know, you start small, and then pretty soon you're buying, more. And they start like $4 at Walmart, and then you're ordering them from like weird Chinese websites, driving to Evansville Mall to go to the store that sells them. It's really kind of become a dangerous obsession. And so one of the things that I've learned is that on TikTok, she watches a lot of TikTok. One of the things I've learned on TikTok is that there are people who sell these, and they're usually Chinese ladies, and they and Shauna gets on there and they talk to her, and it's like, it's a way that she can, she's yeah. All right. Well, anyway, long story short, there was this dude selling them the other day, and I was like, well, I could do that. And I said, hey, let's make a video about it. It'll be really funny. Like if I'm the guy selling the blind boxes, because I thought that'd be a funny video. And she was like, no, that's stupid. And I said, no, it'll be funny. And we did it. And I think it was funny.
It felt like a Jerry's Kids telethon to me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I like to play TV.
I fell in my chair.
I like to play TV personality every now and again.
I thought it was like AI for a second.
AI.
I was like, is this real?
It did seem fake. You were overly charismatic.
No, that.
Yeah, you had such colorful garb on. It's a hat.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, I got to get my hat. Hold on.
I was definitely enjoying, like, he pulls out the hat and he's like, I guess.
Yeah, now I'm ready. I'm the captain.
Captain's in.
That's
I'm going to apologize to the visitors. I have been busy all day out on the lake paddleboarding and swimming. Got my snorkel out today, got my fin out today, and swam out, paddleboarded out to the lake. Well, I drove out to the lake. We kayaked and paddleboarded. I was not planning on doing this today. I haven't even looked at my phone since like noon, I think. And then I was like, oh, I have 64 messages from a bunch of different people. I was like, okay. So anyway, but I'm happy to be here.
Thank Gabe for that.
Thank you, Gabe. Thank you. We need to do this. It's been on my mind. I was like, we need to get this going. So there's a lot going on. Okay, we don't need to talk about TikTok anymore. Nate Jones is back. Let's just lead into Nate Jones is back. Nate Jones, I owe him a debt of gratitude at Spokes for Strokes because I tend to go to that ride. We start off about 25 miles per hour, and it's not an easy 25 miles per hour for me like it would be like at the flat ride, the corn festival ride, whatever, corn cob ride. Instead, it's hard because you stop, you go over railroad tracks, there's some little hills in there. And Nate, man, he is like, if you ever need somebody to lead you through a ride, get behind Nate. Like, I want to do a crit and just stay behind Nate, like if I was strong enough, because that was awesome. Like, anytime it started to get hard, he was just like, he could read my mind and just back it off just enough where I could stay with the group. So it was a lot of fun. Thanks, Nate.
That's the plan for the Dust Bowl.
It's been said I'm the smoothest rider in Paducah.
Yeah, it was.
That doesn't really say much. I've ridden with a bunch of guys from Paducah, and jerky is typically the terminology I would use.
Oh, no, not anymore. Not anymore. They've straightened it out.
It's just smooth ass Nate from Southern Illinois, actually.
Yeah, Nate smoothed him out. It wasn't so smooth when you led us all through that giant pothole. That was. that was.
I blame that one on the shadows, okay? Like, I'm the last person that wants to hit this pothole because I wasn't even released to go ride yet.
Yeah.
Like,
and you bunny hopped it.
And I had bunny hopped it. I mean, normally I'm one to go through something if I don't see it, but that time I was not willing to absolutely annihilate my collarbone just to say that I hit it too.
Well, I am really glad I had the 32 Specialized Mondos on because they absorbed that pothole and did not flat. Nobody flatted, actually, which really surprised me because I think the whole group blasted through it.
To be fair, it was in the darkest spot coming in and out of shadows. So
yeah, it was.
I did
tough.
feel bad, but not like terrible because everybody else was going to, like, if anybody else was on the front, they were going to hit it too. So
yeah.
Fair enough. How was folks?
It was hot.
It was hot.
Did you guys get wet? Was that a wet day? No, that wasn't a wet day. That was just last week.
It was
It needed to be.
out.
It was wet. I was wet.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're gross. But so it was hot.
You did 100 though, didn't you, Austin?
I did.
Yeah.
I was wet the whole time.
Yeah, Austin's a man. I was telling Sean, I was
Wait,
like,
why were you wet? Just sweaty?
because it's sweaty, man. It was like 112 degrees in Paducah.
The phrasing, I guess.
Yeah, it was hot. I was telling Sean, I was like, I did 65 and I was done. And then he was like, I'm going to go ride some more. And I did 30 before the ride. So that's dedication, guys. Dedication.
Cooked.
Strong guy.
Yeah.
It was pretty dumb.
Nate was like, you didn't invite me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was mad I didn't invite him in the morning.
Huh?
exactly. Like, I was going to ride. You could have been like, hey, I'm riding at 5:30 in the morning.
I started at 5:30 and you live 40 minutes away. I was like, there's no point.
I live 25 minutes away, okay?
Either way, you weren't coming.
And guys, if you're not sure what we're talking about, you can look at Nate's shirt, Spokes for Strokes. It's an awesome ride. I feel like it's grown a little bit, and it was a good turnout this year. It's pretty much coordinated by is Hutch pretty much the kind of go-to guy for that, or is that? I know you marked the course.
Yeah, technically Baptist Health, they supply all the rest stop, supplies. We supply the tents and the Gatorade coolers, and we mark the roads and advertise it. But they really, we just do the physical aspect. They kind of coordinate everything.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, Dr. Ashburn, he's kind of the guy who leads it. He's the neurologist, so he's over the stroke center basically. So he happens to also have a daughter on the mountain bike team from McCracken. Sweet. So if you've seen all the McCracken kids out there,
I did.
They were out there. They manned a lot of those rest stops.
Well, it's always a friendly ride, good ride. It can be a little busy. If I had to give it one criticism, some of the roads, especially on the way back, can be a little busy. But I don't know if there's any way not to have. You can't shut down traffic for this ride. So I like it. I've always enjoyed it. Let's see what else. What else we're gonna hit? We're gonna anything else on Anything else on Spokes? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Nate, when are you back to mountain bike? Well, you said 3 weeks.
Yeah, I go back like August 12th, so I think it's 4 weeks before I'm officially released to mountain bike. So that was the last nail in the coffin of I'm not going to Leadville this year.
But we are going to Glendale. Redemption.
No, I'm putting that one in my back pocket for a while.
And again, guys, if you didn't
Nighttime
tune
the raid
in,
rides.
what'd you say, Nate? What'd you say, Hank?
I said no nighttime in the rain or after an ice storm ride to Glendale for you for a little while.
I'll say at least 2 more weeks. I'm ready to mountain bike. I said like a week ago I didn't want to mountain bike, and now I'm just like I want to ride my mountain bike. I don't know if it's because I know I can't and I want to. I don't know.
And if you didn't tune into our last episode, Nate sent it and broke his collarbone. So that's how long ago our last episode was, wasn't it?
The last video was basically like this the whole time.
Yeah.
But now, as you can see, I can get it up all the way.
Sweet. Rad.
Nice and firm.
Cool. We had a kind of a couple of broken collarbones. Gene Gross from St. Nick's broke his on the very first day of his Trans-America Trail ride. Kind of ruined his summer, kind of, because that was big plans. So that's always a bummer. Hate that for him. But broken collarbone is almost like a rite of passage, I guess. We talked about last time how many people broke those things. I was like, I've never broke one, so fingers crossed.
You're not real.
Yeah.
Guys,
You're
I
not
think,
hardcore.
I'm not. I'm very, very soft. All right, Hank, it's up to you now to tell us how much fun and how good a time you had at Indy Momentum, the criterion.
Yeah, Indy Momentum, where I did not win anything like this. I didn't even win a prize for last place, but pretty darn close. This is my first time doing actual formal crit races. And this wasn't an A race. This was just get some experience because I've never been to an actual organized crit race. The big ones I'm training for. I'll be doing Edwardsville in about a month, and then Gateway. I don't know if I'll do all 4 days of Gateway, but it looks like 2 for sure. I'll do. That last day at the hill looks really fun.
Gateway's
based
fun.
off of this, we're going into this. It was going to be a Cat 5. For me, I'm a brand new crit race. This is my first official race, but they combined categories, the Cat 4 and 5, and it really was, I was really outclassed. It was really something else. I was really impressed with the pace of the Cat 4 5 races. I'm used to our crit races where we kind of, Justin brings us up to speed and off we go and there's some attacks. And now this was just amazing how fast they were going. And I'll tell you, so I did 2 days. It's a 3-day event, Momentum Indy Crit. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Friday is called Mass Avenue Crit. I didn't do that one. Saturday is called the Indy Crit. That's downtown. It's a 2-block rectangle. And then Sunday is called Parkside Throwdown. And that's at the Indy Bike Boat Fest. So at the first one I did on Saturday, I came in 39th out of 46. But I got pulled from the course. I think 10 minutes in I got pulled. And, the organizer, they give you a quick briefing. It was amazing. Now, anything I say about this, I'm not disparaging. It was a great event. It was a ton of fun. I have no regrets. But I just got destroyed pretty quick. And it's a lot of money to travel and hotels and entry fees just to get pulled that fast. And they told us if you're in a group of 2 or 3 people and you fall back, they'll give you a chance to do the best you can to catch up. But he pulled us really fast. I was in a group of 4, and I thought, okay, he's not going to pull us. And then they pulled us. And the reason was the one guy in the front took a flyer, and he averaged 30 miles an hour for a lap. And he was almost caught up to us, and so they pulled us off the course real fast on pretty short notice. So everyone else was chasing them, so naturally the pace was fast. So on that first day, my average power was 221. My normalized power was 272, and the intensity factor was 1.21. So I was definitely punching above my lead in this race. It was fast. There was a lot of college folks.
They pulled you for safety?
Yeah, because you're about to get lapped. Right?
Yeah.
And it was just because there was one guy that just took a flyer and almost lapped on him. He was right on our heels. And I'm making the video, so you'll see. I didn't know how close he was until afterwards. I told my wife, I said, I don't know why he pulled us so fast. And he said, because the leader's right behind you. He's about to catch you. And I looked back at the video, and sure enough, as soon as I was, of course, here comes the pace car and the leader. So he was flying. He ended up winning. He got caught later, and then he ended up winning. So that was that day. Pretty short race for me. The next day at the Parkside Throwdown, this one it's out at a place called the Indy Cycloplex. And there's a big hill on this. there's a really tough chicane, and then there's a big hill you go up, and then you kind of curve your way back down. And I knew that was just going to be the kiss of death for me, was doing hill repeats with 22-year-olds, right? Because again, the first day, I saw one guy with some gray in his beard, just a little bit. He looked like he was about 40, and the rest were all, 16 to 23-year-olds. And then the second day, I came in 29 out of 31. There were 2 DNFs, or 3 DNFs. And there was nobody looked old enough to buy beer at this one, right? It was just me and a whole bunch of youngins. And yeah, of course, second or third time up that hill, pushing 600 watts up it, like that was it. Like I knew that it was a kiss death thing. So the one time, as soon as I got dropped on that hill, I was like, all right, let's see how far. And he said, well, let's go a little longer because there's a little more space. But again, they pulled us pretty quick on this course. I was kind of shocked. I wish they let us go longer because I was not about to get lapped, but they still pulled us. Yeah, so that one I was 29th out of 31. I don't regret any of it. It was a great experience. The things that were surprising was how fast they took off, and it was unrelenting. It was just smashing from the beginning, and it never slowed down. It seemed anyway. I was good with handling. I felt really confident with handling. No problem blasting through corners. I got a new wheel set, and I didn't think wheels would make that much of a difference, but boy, that new wheel set, it handles like a dream. It definitely upped my confidence level taking turns fast. I'm not surprised at how much power I could push and how I could handle with the young guys. That was kind of how I expected. I was going into what I thought was a Cat 5 race, and they made it a Cat 4 or 5 race. So, if those same rules apply next year, I probably wouldn't do it at my current fitness level. It would be kind of a waste of time because that's not worth the money. But if I can get to Cat 4, which if I do 5 starts, I think I can up to Cat 4. They have a 55 Cat 1 through 4 race, 55 plus, which I'll be in that age category for racing next year. So, that might be worth it for me to try out because those guys were really fast, but they were smooth. They just had continuous power. They were in a straight row going around every corner, and they just went around and around. And, that looked like something I could hang with for a little longer. So that's the only reason I would want to hurry up and get to Cat 4 is if I was be next year, I would want to do the 55 Cat 1 through 4 race.
Well, Hank, I'm glad to hear you made it out alive and safe. I know Gabe over here is super worried about doing crits because somebody's going to do something janky in front of him. So I'm glad to hear you made it out alive.
There was a little bit of that.
I will say I don't know if the 55 plus is any easier, but what I will say is the people who race the 55 plus do realize that they have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the safety kind of goes up a little bit from there, so you don't have as many people doing your typical Cat 3 and below things.
Their average speed was just a little bit slower than the group I was in, but I think it was all the surging that just wrecked me. When I put the video up, you'll see I was out of every turn I was having to push 600 watts just not to get dropped, and it was over and over and over again.
Hey, Hank,
I knew if I could get up further, I could be smoother, and I knew that. I didn't have the ability to get up further because they were taking off so fast out of every corner. It was exciting. It was fun.
Where were you on the start line?
Towards the front. So on both times, I was in the second row, and I had good clip-ins, and I was at a good place coming out of the gate. But then very quickly, because I just didn't expect how fast that first day, I didn't expect how fast they would keep going, and so I just got washed back pretty quickly. And then it was just I didn't have the skills. I didn't have the power to move up where I could see where I needed to be. I couldn't get up there. And then all of a sudden, I got people that are starting to take junky lines and starting to slam on their brakes in the corners, and I knew that I was back with the Cat 5s that were new bikers. I'm not a new biker at all, but I'm new to crit. But I can tell these are people that were new to biking as well. And so they're slamming on the brakes and crossing and doing all kinds of weird stuff. And I was like, I cannot be in this group. But I just didn't have the power to get up any further at that point. So I knew it was over once that started happening.
Hank, what was the field size? What was the field size? How many were in your race, Hank?
So the Saturday race, there was 46, and plus there was 10 DNFs.
Okay.
So I was 39 out of 56, I guess if you look at it that way.
Yeah.
But the final finish was 39 out of 46. And then the second day, I was 29 out of 31 with 2 DNFs or DNFs. So, not last, but pretty darn close.
So this sounds about like my finishes at Gateway.
So you guys, I think I'm just gonna make an assertion here that 4-5 is meaningless. It depends on where you're at. Like Momentum Indy, Gateway, those are national crits. They're regional national crits. So you're not dealing with 4-5, Edwardsville ride. People have traveled, and whether it's Cat 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, Pro, whatever, people have traveled to do this race for it because it's an event. So you set yourself up for like, hey, let's go race the Super Bowl of Cat 4-5s. I mean, so I think it doesn't mean I wouldn't take it very personally, because I looked at your Strava. You guys hit 30 miles an hour like in the first 1 minute. It looked hard.
Yeah, and my fastest sprint is 32 miles an hour, so that tells you how hard I was having to push to keep up. And my coach, he reminded me that a lot of these guys are well into their racing season, and they've just done the tour of Dairyland, most of them, whatever that's called, the tow ride. And so they're all primed up. And again, they're young college students, and they look like it. I mean, these guys were fit. And so this was not a local crit. These guys were studs. So I'm not, like I said, I have no regrets about doing it. It was an absolute blast, and I learned a lot. And I know now the biggest thing is when you take off at the beginning, you just have got to stay in the front or towards the front, and that's it. The race is over if you can't do that. And at this level, at this race, I couldn't do it. Again, this wasn't my A race. Gateway is going to be my A race, so we'll see if I can bring it up just a little bit further by the time we get there.
So Nate, you are the most successful crit racer in this call right now, winning Gateway Cup 4-5. Do you have any pro tips for Hank going into 4-5?
Well, I have some comfort. I think that Gateway is the easiest crit I've done. And I think maybe it's because it has the most people, that the peloton there's just so much, and the roads are so wide. You can take whatever line you want for the most part. You don't have to be stuck. I don't know. I've done a few now, and Gateway is still the easiest crit experience I've been a part of. It's been the smoothest, the least amount of crashes possibly.
So you were racing the 1-2-3s down in Nashville, right?
Yeah, I did the 1-2-3 one race, and then I did the 3-4 another race. But both of them were complete downpours. And then I did one of the early crits up in St. Louis, which also had a bunch of college kids, and all they wanted to do was attack the entire time.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah, and that was an early season one. That was probably the hardest one, but I would say you just got to have this mentality that the first 15 minutes are going to be the worst 15 minutes of your life. Because it's inevitable after 15 minutes, especially in the 4-5, it's going to let up. It's just, I promise you, normally it's only a handful of people that are like really pushing the pace early. And after 15 minutes of like trying to do something stupid, eventually they just set up, and then the entire group will set up a little bit. So if you can just survive the first 15 minutes, that's probably the best thing you can do. Like, just grit it out.
And also, next year's, sorry, go ahead. Right.
Also, line up as far forward as you can. Because you don't want to be, especially in the 4-5, like, you have a very wide range of ability, and you don't want to be the one that's on the back and have, like, two guys in front of you blow up. Now you have to close that gap back up to the people just for those people to then also blow up, and now you have to close that gap again. You will, especially on hilly course, but you can only close so many gaps before you just explode. It doesn't matter how fit you are. Like, you close gaps when the group is going 26-27, and you have to do 28-29 to close gaps, Yeah, you live in borrowed time then. So
I can close
those are
one
my
gap
two biggest-
before I blow up.
Say it again.
I'm good for one gap. I can close one gap and then I blow up. So that's my standard race strategy. Close a gap, blow up.
So Hank, I would suggest that you kind of take this year and you do some learning about crits, and then next year, if you're still interested, is like hit next year, start with Tour St. Louis, and make a season out of it, because crit racing is so much fun. It's crazy, it's hectic, it's jam-packed. Everybody's packed in like sardines, and it could be a little sketchy, but it's tons of fun doing 30 mile an hour in somebody else's draft.
Yeah, and the one thing, and I want to see your video so bad.
Yeah.
The thing that's hard to explain is pack dynamic and being able to move efficiently wheel to wheel, because there's a lot of wrong ways to do it, and it's hard to do it to see it in the moment. But I promise you, if you can see like just the line, not necessarily, it's not always the best line that you have to take, but it's the best line for your situation, because there's a lot of people, as you've seen, that cannot corner in Cat 4-5. So it makes it so much harder when you follow those people. You have to start kind of breaking what I would say is a crit rule, is not always take the inside line or follow the guy in front. Like, it's all about conserving energy. So as you experience, doing 600 watts out of every corner is not very sustainable. So you need to carry as much speed as possible, not have to hit the brakes. And sometimes that means like leaving a gap in front of you into the turn. Just letting the guy have like 1 second on you because you know he's going to brake. That allows you to, you're still pedaling, but then you can like ease off. You can ease off the pedals, you get a little bit of a brake. You see him brake, you run up onto his wheel. And as you come out of the corner, he's punching it, and you can just kind of ease onto the power. And there's a lot of little things like that
That's mostly experience, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna say, so like with crit racing, it's a really hard, like, and I have no experience, but it's got to be a really hard discipline to break into, because you need experience to be good at it and to learn. But you also want to be a predictable rider and ride with people that are predictable around you for safety reasons. And so telling someone not to grab the brakes seems so counterintuitive when you're following a guy you know nothing about. So I can see how that can be a heart and throat moment every turn, especially when you're 25 plus for 35 minutes.
Yeah,
that's one of those things where
it's continuous. It is continuous decisions. There is no mental let up either.
Right.
You are continuously thinking, what's next? While your heart rate's kind of up near its 90%, 95%, you're having to think through every single step you take. And so
it's like you're always processing information.
Yeah, you're looking at what the pack's doing, what the people around you are doing. If you're in a breakaway or you're off the back, of which I've been in both of those things a lot. You're
trying to keep tabs on people.
Keep tabs on people. Yeah, there was the race Golson and I did at Worldwide. There was a guy that I literally had just marked. He was circled on my watch this guy, and I got to the front and I just let up and I just looked over my shoulder, and the guys behind me are like, "You looking around or just looking for somebody or what's going on?" I was like, "I'm just trying to figure out where my key problems are going to be." And I would just then I'd just fall back and get on their wheel and just hang out. So it's a constant state of checking to see how that if somebody makes a weird pedal stroke, all of a sudden now they show one little bit of weakness, and then you go, okay, well at that point in time, then you can make a move, or maybe you can't make a move. There's a lot to crit racing that's experience driven. I mean, Nate won his first ever crit that he did, mostly because I think he just overpowered everybody by a lot.
No, I sat back the whole time.
I thought I did too. But he rode efficiently and smartly for his first ever crit, so the further up you are, the more likely the people are going to be better bike handlers because they got there for a reason. So
Hank, I just gotta say, we missed you at TNT though.
yeah, we did miss you at
Maybe
TNT.
one of the more fun ones I think that have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Nate showed up and it was like old times. A repeat of past races.
Yeah, we beat the hell out of each other for 35 minutes.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, and then they just let me and Gabe just go. Like, we soft pedaled all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, and Gabe still pulled.
Pretty much through the finish line too.
I would just like to
I'm
point out that
down.
I didn't let anyone go. I was gasping for air.
Well, I'm down this Thursday if we're going to go. I got let me get the wheel.
Yeah.
If the weather holds out, we'll be doing it this weekend or this Thursday. So we'll see how it goes.
Austin,
We're gonna check.
Can
We're gonna
you
try
go?
the new course.
I can't go this Thursday.
I haven't had a chance. Like I don't know.
Austin
It's,
can't go either.
okay. That's-
What's up
He's
with
in
the new course or that's in Heron that we were looking at? I'm interested.
It's at the ball fields.
Yeah, it's in the ball
would
field.
be-
It's got a
it would-
slight. It's got a slight hill to it. A slight chicane uphill. It'll be a fast. It's not a big downhill, but it's a fast downhill. It's probably half the length of the airway crit. Maybe a little bit less than half the length.
Oh, geez.
So it'll be fast. Yeah, it'll be interesting. If you try it out, see how you like
Yeah.
it. I think
But
it's
is
fun.
it going to be empty?
Yeah, nothing happens down there at that end of the park. You got
Okay.
walkers on the trail on the outside. There might be one car parked at the end down by the soccer field. It's usually a guy and a girl, just having a fight or something. I don't know.
Yeah, a
That's usually
fight.
all I ever see.
A rendezvous?
Down there.
It's just a normal hookup place in Heron, and
That's
we'll
it.
go. We'll do a
There's
bike
nothing
race
goes
in the
on
middle of
down
it.
That part of the
We
park.
will,
That-
we
you'll
will
be
kill
spending
that
some time
vibe.
We'll kill that vibe really fast.
Guys in spandex do that.
Yeah, there's no buzzkill like Lycra.
The mood is over. Let's go. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying it. I mean, especially we can practice a little bit before the heavy hitters get there, and be ready for them when Nate and Austin show back up,
Yeah.
No, pretty much all I'm
what
hearing
is
is we
Austin
need to get-
doing though? You want to plug your ride? Why won't you be there, Austin?
Oh, what's Austin got going on?
Right. You
Oh.
guys have a ride.
Yeah, I can't miss 3 Thursday night rides in a row. It'll fall apart.
What do you guys have going on down there?
Oh, group rides every Monday and Thursday, but Thursdays from the store, it's our more fun one. It's maybe not the faster one, but it's the harder one. It's a bit hillier, but I've skipped the last 2 to come to these, rides hour away from my house, even though, my boy Golson, he came down to Paducah this weekend, so that was nice of him.
Yeah.
But, I can't miss 3 in a row.
That's fine.
And we really appreciate you guys coming down. And if I lived a little bit closer, I'd probably go ride Monday night for sure. I'm still trying to get myself over there, so be a good time.
Yeah. Golson, let's plan on doing that in the next few weeks. Hey, I'll ride with you.
All right, cool.
Or you ride with me.
Yeah, I'd like to go.
Okay.
They just repay our 30 Monday night ride. We rode it last night, and probably halfway through the ride, we turned out. And normally, it's a road that'll beat the fillings out of your teeth. That's how rough it is, and it was fresh pave.
Ooh.
So one of the roughest roads that's the longest straight road is brand new pavement. It was probably 15 miles faster last night in the rain, so it was
You
good.
talked me into it.
What time does your ride start on Monday?
6.
That's
We
doable.
ride from the store at 5:30, and we kind of softish pedal over 5 miles to the ride start, and then do the 30 and then 5 miles back to the store.
So guys, if you didn't, I didn't really introduce it. I think we just kind of segued very naturally into it. But we were talking about TNT, Thursday Night Twilight Racing, which is not really racing. It's just a fun group ride we do. We hit that up. It's usually the Airway course, which is Community of Faith Christian Church, I think, lets us park in their parking lot. right by
And
the
for that-
Williamson County Airport. But we're talking about maybe switching it up. If you're interested in this, because I know a lot of people watch this and they want to get involved, it's going to be at Heron Park this week, right, Hank?
If the weather's good, yeah.
If the weather works out. So, and we post that. There's a group. So if you're interested in that, you need to look at Tuesday Night Twilight on Facebook, where this stuff gets organized.
Can
Yeah.
we do a quick segment of like what we've been up to, maybe? Or I just have a funny story.
Yeah, please.
So have you
go
guys
ahead.
ever ridden with Rondar?
I know Ron lives in Benton. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Ron comes into the shop every once in a while, and he's like the king of the north to me. Like all up there, if you're on his Strava, he rides like 50 miles, 60 miles every day, seemingly. But he comes in and always is telling me these gravel roads to check out. And so I start my ride on Sunday. It's like 25 miles to this new road I've never been on. And I'm going down it, and who do I see just randomly there is Rondar out in the middle of nowhere. And he's like, I've been riding already for 2 hours or something. I just thought it was like a crazy, what's the chances of running into, let alone a cyclist, but also someone that told you about this road. It's
No,
great.
he likes it. That's awesome.
But that's also like 30 miles from his house. Like, and that road's only, and he came from a different direction I did. It's a 2-mile road. You run into someone that on it.
And it's
Yeah.
a little crazy.
But yeah, good stuff over there. So
Is
I need to ride.
he still riding? Does he ride an Allied or an Obed? Is he on?
He has an Obed and a Crux.
Yeah. He's got a nice bike.
But yeah, craziness.
I finally updated the software on the Crux today. Stopped by the shop. Took it apart. Hit the button on the inside of the crank.
Oh, so you have power?
I have power now. It's not reading 80 watts when we're doing 400.
Nice. Huh.
But yeah.
Do you want to move on to Golson's going to pull me all the way through Dust Bowl?
Heck yeah, he is.
Yeah, if I'm going to pull you all the way through Dust Bowl, then you're going to set a new course slow record for you. It's going to not be a PR, man. Dust Bowl, yeah, let's go. It's Dust Bowl 100 in Eminence, Indiana. I think it's probably the state championship of Indiana for gravel, at least I would imagine. I mean, it's a pretty big deal, I think. And I saw like every former winner, at least in the men's category, is going to be back. I saw that email. I was like, oh, sweet. It's going to be a good race. So yeah, it's flat, hot, dusty, not super, super hard. Looking forward to it.
Lots of corners.
I thought Gabe's 4th of July ride was a great precursor for it.
Yeah.
Had a lot of climbing for 34 miles. My life flashed before my eyes when Larry Pope went sideways into the ditch and I almost ran his sunglasses over. That was fun.
That
Yeah.
was a good ride.
That
It was
was
a great
It
ride.
was fun.
2 accidents you've almost been involved in since you started riding with more
in
people,
2
Matt. It's pretty awesome,
In
isn't
2
it?
weeks. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What's the approximate finish time of Dust Bowl?
What I would say for you, you're pretty fit right now. You should probably be 5:20 to 6 hours is someplace where I would think you would be, somewhere in there, depending on how
Don't
your day goes.
overheat. You don't overheat
Yeah.
and cramp.
That's what happened to me, Nate. So I rode like my fastest 100K ever, and then the feed is at 100K, I think, or right over 100K, and then I fell apart because it was like the first time since like middle school I ever got hot, like overheated, kind of like mile 75, and so I think I was averaging like 18, like or something close to that, like the first 70 miles, and then I think I was averaging like 14 and a half or 15 the last 25.
So are you self-supporting the first 100K with bottles and hydration pack? That's it till you get to that feed zone?
Yeah.
That's tough in the heat.
I was 6
Yeah.
hours and 42 minutes last year.
That was when I did that a couple years ago. That gave experiences that a lot like mine, but it was 80 miles in that I started cramping really bad. Which
I never.
I don't cramp, and there I was cramping on the side of the road, crying like a big man.
I never crammed, but I just got like, I don't know. I think I was doing maybe more nutrition than I was used to. Like had some my stomach wasn't upset. I was just like tired of eating and drinking what I had.
It's hard to force yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. So I just had some gut issues and got hot.
So, what's the plan for this year? Just fill up at the aid station?
Well, the first plan, if you listen back, I complained about this, I think, when we talked about it last year. I lined up. I thought I'd like finish around 6 hours. They have like corrals for you to like expected finishing times. And then there was like the 6 hour one. I was like, I'll be right there, roughly. And there was like people with like Huffies going past me, like going up the corrals. And I stayed put. I talked to our trek rep and just stayed put. And then once the race started, I was way too far back. So just like your crit, advice, I should probably just move farther up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I would ignore a lot of those start times.
Miles,
What was that?
I was saying the first 5 miles, I saw a lot of wrecks. So be wary of that as people are a little nervous and still the packs are pretty big. There's going to be wrecks. And some of them were pretty bad. There's pretty good pileups.
Well, I'll just do what I did to Austin during the crit.
Yo.
Give him the elbow right off the rip.
The old butt grab. Just to let the rider in front of you know you're there. You just
what's your
casually grab their ass.
I have a USWE 2-liter pack, and I'm contemplating big bottles, but I don't own any.
Well, I was about to buy some because it's hot as shit. So like
insulated 750s.
I don't know.
1 liter.
I don't know if I necessarily need insulated, but just
1 liter.
bigger, maybe bigger bottles. Which I didn't run out of water at the feed. I just had a really slow feed, so I chased for the first 50 miles, and then I finally caught a pretty fast group. And then once I got to the feed with that group, all of them were like very prepared at the feed, or either had support with them, and basically like got bottles passed off to them, or like just like picked up their bag and started riding. And I was sitting there like, I'm gonna fill up my bottles. And
Can you send it back?
Yeah, I just wasn't prepared. It was my own fault, but I also wasn't expecting those people to have like a full-on pit stop. So
It's around where is now.
at the feed, I got just left, and so I rode by myself pretty much the rest of the time.
Listen,
Like in
Gabe,
between groups.
everything is competitive, even crit racing in Marion, Illinois on Thursday nights. You should know this.
I
Was it
learned that the hard way.
17? Always sprint?
I learned the hard way. Just because you're friends with someone doesn't mean they're not going to attack you when you're taking a drink.
Just do your Trek U and buy the 34-ounce bottles for $1.20.
I will say, Gabe.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I thought about attacking. I've got it on video too. I was like,
I know.
I was lining it up. And I was like, no, he's taking a drink. I don't want to do it now. And I made sure your bottle was all the way in the cage, both hands on your bars. I was like, okay, it's fair game.
It was like split. It was split second, hands on the bars. Then you went. Yeah, it was fair. It was funny. I was like, oh, at least you waited.
Cool. So where's the video from last week's TNT?
You know what?
You didn't record anything, Justin.
No, he did. It's all there. I was wrong. I thought, I told Matt, I said, I don't think it got recorded because I looked at it, but I was wrong. It's there. I really forgot about it. Like, I just forgot. Like, I was like, oh, I'll work on that.
That's fine. You want my GPX file or you want power data?
No.
Nothing's gonna top last week. So
yeah, I'll work on that. I should be a better content creator right now, but I've been busy paddleboarding and whatever. So
Plenty of your content.
yeah, I need to get on that.
That Brooks video made him more money on his YouTube channel than
dude.
any video he's ever
blew up.
posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really? What's his YouTube channel called?
No, it's his. It's on Matt's video. It's on Matt's
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if it made. I don't think shorts make very much money. I don't really know. I don't make much money. I think I've made about $300 off YouTube in the last, I don't know, 10 years. So I don't know. I don't
Short
think
get
it.
a lot of views. I haven't looked back at it. I looked
Yeah,
at it.
no, I got.
It had 24 hours of constant play from Austin.
Yeah. They stopped counting that after like the fifth one. They're like, yeah, somebody's breaking the algorithm here. But yeah, that was one of my all time favorite videos though that I've ever made. I was just like, oh, this is like what people. This is the kind of stuff people want to watch. You know, like this isn't just me babbling on about some crap. This is like full on a guy about to poop his pants
Real
in the
crap.
middle of a bike race.
Matt, did
1.3
you?
thousand views, by the way. The video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1,500 views.
That's great. Did it get shared at his high school or something?
I don't know, but his
I
blind
can't
box
comment
host
about it.
video, his little TikTok short there got 1,000 views this today apparently.
Do you think Brooks wants anybody in his high school to know he's a cyclist?
No,
Yeah.
he's super nervous about he
Yeah.
No, we've talked about it. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed to like do the pep rallies for the mountain bike team and stuff.
Well, I understand you don't want to put your dick out there on display when you're a teenager. I get it.
I mean, if you're sitting on it, you might want to.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, anyway,
I do think I'm going to post just the raw video because my editing and voiceover skills are not good. So I think I'm just going to post that whole raw TNT video.
Yeah. Say Nate recorded. I haven't seen it yet.
yeah, he's got the last lap.
I put a last lap video up.
Okay, I have to go look.
He just rides off. He just rides off from Gabe.
It's just him by
No,
himself.
he
puffing and
did
puffing.
not just ride off.
There's no shadows. There was no shadows around those corners. I looked.
Oh no,
The one behind
he was
him.
not that far up there. And then we both got to the end, and the first thing that we said to each other was like, "I'm about to puke." Like we were both pretty shelled after that one.
I kind of wish I would have bridged then.
Yeah,
You were
that was a
trying to
bad night for me. I rode too hard too early, and then at one point I took a lap off and I tried to start again, and like I was going 12 miles an hour, and I was like, this hurts, and I had to stop again. It was a bad night for me. I definitely need a B group. We got to get
If
We need some
Justin,
people.
if Justin
You know,
would have
we
been
can
there, I definitely would have sprinted.
Hey Matt, I was thinking that might be fun next time we do the airway crit. Is that we have a 1 lap lead from the start. Those of us that are kind of the B-ish, right? There's always we know who's going to be the A's, right? And then there's those of us that are always kind of duking it out for the rest, best of the rest. So maybe next time we can talk about that.
yeah.
I
I like
think
that
we should
idea.
just do it. Pick up basketball rules, and everyone knows who's the strongest people, and you have captains, and you just pick teams. Especially with this small of groups, like no one cares. Like just pick teams, and yeah, it is what it is. And some weeks you're going to lose, and some weeks you're going to win.
Are we
And
doing shirts and scans or what's happening here?
Man,
I
Team
mean,
BS doesn't
I
like-
sometimes do that.
Fair enough.
What was that?
I said Team BS doesn't like their team. This is weird.
TBS.
I don't want
No.
their teammates.
Okay, then I just think you should like take like say last week it was like fairly even. Besides, we had unaffiliated writers.
Yeah, can we
Right
talk
there.
about the real wild card of Adam Scrow showing up
Yeah.
out of the
No
blue?
idea. No idea.
Dude, I didn't
Oh,
know
shocked
what
when I
to do.
saw that.
Scro shows up and puts on like a haphazard kit and doesn't even have shoes and just goes out and rolls through it all.
Good
I
thing
didn't
it was
know
a
what
shop a block away.
He hasn't been riding except for like randomly he'll go out and ride, and I'm like, I don't know what to expect from Adam. Andy doesn't race crits, so I was like, I really don't know what to expect from Adam.
He did Thursday night quite a bit for a while, like last year or the year before last, and he was not that good at first, but he improved. He definitely got better.
I was trying to send him on flyers, honestly.
Yeah,
I was like, go up front, go ride hard till you die.
He did chase me back once.
He did
No.
chase back. But
Yeah,
Bell
well-
also chased back.
What was the
Awesome.
team situation with Adam? Like, was he
Uh,
affiliated with Team BS or
Loosely.
not?
Roughly, yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah, it was mostly just me and Gabe.
My experience with TNT was a lot like my group ride experience.
I
feel
was
like
gonna ask you, Matt. Like, first timer, what's your experience?
So I wasn't expecting Brooks to go out and like target 32 miles per hour 3 seconds into the ride, and no one really responded to that for a minute, for a few seconds.
We were
I think
expecting it.
you were.
I was.
Justin responded. I think Gabe went. The problem is I was looking around to see who was going to go and who was just going to like hold back and form a second group. And by the time I could respond to Golson and Hargis and Scro, and I don't know who else was in that group, I was already shelled off the back. So I literally burnt every bit of energy I had getting back onto that group, and the next surge wrecked me.
I know that feeling. That's happened to me.
And so,
many times.
you know, I'm sitting there doing 24 miles an hour by myself, yelling at Jeff Makes on the start line, going, "This is bullshit." And excuse my language, and then I come around and Golson's taking a lap off, and I'm like, "I need you in here to work. I need to get back to this group." And he was like, "No, you take a lap off." I wouldn't do it. I didn't take one.
Hey, free laps, man.
You rode hard.
It's a crit.
Yeah.
My chain fell off.
You got
My
back
chain
on.
fell off, and then
Yeah.
it fell right back off. I had to just take another free lap. I went
Matt-
around to the pit.
I didn't
Matt,
get back on.
You were immediately dropped though. Like,
I wasn't immediately dropped, but once I got shelled
you
from
were up
Hargis,
at the front. No,
Yeah.
you went up there, and I was like,
I was
bad
nervous.
idea.
I was nervous.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to react, and I was like, "This is stupid. Get me out of here!" So I pulled off to the left, and learning to corner and not grab brake and where to accelerate, pedaling through corners. You know, I was a little bit nervous about like pedal striking, leaning over in the turns. That's all something that'll come.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
I want it
Time
to
to
be
worry about
known.
We
I want it
just
to be
never.
known.
Only Justin does that.
Go ahead, Austin.
I was like, we were talking about it on the way up to the ride, and I was like, it was me, Nate, and Brooks in a single cab truck per an hour. So we're talking, strategy, and we're like, Brooks, if you just go immediately, like right off the rip, nobody's gonna chase you because of last week. I was like, there's no chance. You did so poor last week that this will really catch him off guard. And Nate was like super like on board. He's like, yeah, this will work perfect. And
It sounded so good.
yeah, so we did it, and then freaking Justin chases him. It's
Yeah,
like, wow.
That's
didn't.
what I was gonna say. It's not on us that the race started out hard. It was on Justin.
Yeah, y'all
it's
need to
my
let
fault.
Brooks go. Yeah, absolutely. There's no way he was staying out there for 30 minutes.
I was
There
like,
was no
yeah.
way.
To the ride.
When I saw him go, I was like, don't chase, and then Justin chases, and I'm like, everybody's gonna chase now. And
I mean, it's
Yeah, I'm
tough
not
to
letting
make because we
Justin
had
take.
to.
I'm not letting Justin take Brooks one-on-one for
Right.
30 minutes. Like I'm chasing that back 10 out of 10 times. Like
Yeah,
I don't
what
care
happened?
what.
No, I'm glad Justin chased because I was like, I don't want to do that. And so he did. I was like, okay, cool. Justin's going to go. And I was like, but they're not going to let him go.
No.
And I
What-
immediately I think both of you guys go. And I was like,
Yeah.
I got to chase that.
I don't think Austin would let me get away with anybody but Nate because I think
No,
that would be success. You wouldn't let me get away with Nate?
No, I would have let you go, Nate. I played the perfect teammate role Thursday. It was textbook having good teammates this time, not ones that pull off the poop. So that was nice.
I will say you did play a really good teammate there at the very end, leading me out for the
Yeah.
sprint.
Dude, I was like, not that I would have done anything anyway because I stood up, I cramped, but I was paying too many attention to the shadows instead of just doing what I should have done and just go. But
Yeah, I pushed, like, Brooks kind of let me on your wheel, and I was like, okay, well,
yeah,
this is mine now.
I have two Brooks. I don't want to dog them too hard, but I have two good Brooks ones that we got to bring up. So,
go for it. It's what we do all day.
First one is that I'll go chronologically. So he attacked a few times, and I guess we didn't talk about it, but I was covering him, and like I could see a shadow. I knew he was coming, so I like stood up and I was side by side with him, and just kind of like sitting there, and he just kept like he looked at me and then dug harder, I think trying to drop me, and I was like, okay, and sat on his wheel, and that's when we got away. And yeah, the bad news for him. And then once I got chased back, I'm going bad on someone's computer. But once I got chased back, but you attack or Justin attacks or someone does, and you and Nate go to chase Justin down, and then I look back. I'm shelled to look for Scro to chase it. He doesn't. But here comes Brooks, just right up next to me, and we just hop on his wheel. He chases you guys for like a quarter of a lap, and then Nate looks behind him and sees us. It was the maddest I've ever seen Nate.
This is about the time Nate's like, "You brought the whole effing group with you."
Yeah. He
was like, I thought I was gonna drop them. I'm like, you haven't dropped anybody all day. Like, why are you gonna drop them now?
Yeah, the whole ride back, he's like, I thought I could drop Gabe. I was like, what gave you that idea?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
He had a plan, which is way better than he normally has. So
I appreciate
out.
it.
He beats me in one mountain bike race, and then he thinks he can just push me around.
I thought that attack was like part of a master plan. I thought that whole last week was a ruse, and I was like, he's really actually going to like stomp us today.
Sandbagging.
Yeah.
I definitely thought it was sandbagging.
I thought he was playing the long game, like set up a whole day where he, makes a fake. He knew he was being recorded, so I thought maybe he set the whole thing up. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I had to go poop in the middle of a ride. My attacks suck. I don't know what, I can't sustain power for very long. And then he shows up and just like rides off the front of the group in the first 30 seconds. And it was a pretty good attack. It was a powerful attack, I thought. From where I was sitting.
2 or 3 attacks were like, oh, that's pretty good. And then
we thought you guys were just gonna let him go.
Yep.
And I done told him, I was like, because he doesn't have a power. Well, I guess he does have a power meter now, but he has no idea how to use it. I was like, what is your heart rate gonna? What heart rate are you gonna ride at? He's like, 190. I'm like, you're not riding at 190 for 30 minutes. So.
He might. He's 17. He might.
Yeah,
he
might. He can do that.
I've ridden with him enough. I've seen his heart rate. I'm like, Brooks, you're not riding 190 for 30 minutes. I was like, let's back this up a little bit. Let's try like 180, maybe 185 at the beginning until you get a gap. He's like, okay, yeah. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna set on the wheels for 30 minutes and we're gonna be good. No, and Justin just instantly has to go.
Well, I mean, if you go back and you watch any of the crit videos, because that was something I went back and watched today while waiting on everybody to get on, was like all you see the entire, like every single clip, like I think from Hank's videos and Gholston's videos both, were just me just sending it up the side every single clip. So
Cat 3, you can do that.
I'm gonna just attack for the most part, I think, and I'm gonna follow that. So.
I want to give somebody that's in this call kudos right now. It's the first time I've got to ride side by side with him for a few laps, and really have appreciation for how good of a rider you are, Austin. You're very smooth and predictable, and I noticed that.
It's like maybe the smooth Paducah?
maybe the Paducah's smoothest.
Oh, okay.
This is
I
horseshit.
appreciate that.
Hey, Nate, you got to slow down. I didn't get to look at you.
there was one of those first laps that all of us came in super hot onto like the S turn. I was all out of sorts. Someone was on my inside out of sorts. It was crazy. I was like, oh, this might cause I think it was you, Nate. You and I were hot.
I dive bombed that corner so bad.
After that race, I looked and I saw the new KOM. I had 2 KOMs, so you guys tied for the KOM, and then 2 new second places with Adam and Gabe. And those records have been kind of standing there for a long time, so you guys obviously had some really fast laps in there.
Tied the KOM and then took the Twilight Crit KOM from Nate by like 3 seconds, so no big deal.
Yeah, that was the old one that starts at the church.
That's a parking lot. Yep, that's
I'm just saying, I got them both.
There you go.
Soil guys gonna have to pick
Fast
it up.
time. Josh Bommeljay had those for a long time.
Yep.
And I'm glad to see it go down.
Oh, you really got
But,
both of those? Wow. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, we had to chase there for a hot minute. That was not very fun.
Wow.
Yeah, whose fault was that?
It was Brooks's fault because
Oh,
he
was it that one?
attacked and Gabe got on his wheel, and then Brooks continued to pull wide open, and he didn't even make it a quarter of a lap, and he got dropped.
Yep.
He did.
And
yeah.
it was just Gabe out there by himself with like 10 minutes to go, and I'm like, this ain't gonna, like, Gabe's gonna stay out there, and I ain't gonna let that happen. He's
I
just
was
gonna
pretty
ride.
comfy when we were doing that.
Yeah, I'm
honestly.
sure. I'm sure you were. Me and Austin were sitting there pulling turns.
You should have told him to do that with like 5 or 6 minutes to go instead
Yeah.
of 12, because I think I could have maybe stayed away.
That was a
I
rough
tried.
2 laps.
Yeah, I was glad
I
we
feel
shut
like I
that
stayed
one down
away
in 2.
longer. Was it in 2? It felt like
it was
3.
2. I went back and watched
Yeah.
it. I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I was yelling up to Mox. I was like, "Tell Gabe to go. Put the fucking pedals to the ground.
Yep.
Let's go."
What I did for like, I think a lap and a half, and I misheard him, and I thought he said 28. So I was like, okay, that's like 4 laps or something, like 4 or 5 laps. I think I don't even know what the times are. I was like, I
That's-
might be able to.
That's how we
might-
set the KOM, was running Gabe down.
Yep.
I was like, I might be able to stay away for 5 laps if I really dig. But then when I came back around, he said 24, and I was like, nope, I'm just gonna kind of sit up here.
So just to add to the Brooks story of the 2 Thursday nights ago, the poop crit. So
Famous. Great.
yep. So that was Thursday, and then the next day we had the BAM ride Friday for 4th of July, and he shows up, and this is a 111-mile ride. He shows up to the parking lot, and they ride from English Sewing on exit 16 to Mayfield, do the 60-mile ride, and then come back. Well, apparently they on the ride. I overslept, so I met him in Mayfield. But when they got to Mayfield, I was like, "Where's Brooks?" And they're like, "Well, he got sick, so he went back." And I was like, "Okay, what a wimp." And then later on, figured out that he didn't just get sick. He rode 13 miles with the group, and then pooped himself, and had to not. He's
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
it was
wait,
so
what?
bad He couldn't. Yes, he said it was so bad in his bibs that he couldn't ride back to his car. So he had to call his mom at 6 a.m. to come pick him up somewhere in between Paducah and Mayfield and take him back to his car on exit 16.
Poor bastard.
So I was like, all right.
And that is
don't even
Brooks
I would just
Wolf,
like to say
Brooks. Brooks Wolf. You can find him at Bike World, Kentucky.
Yeah.
If you want to go find out more about this.
Everyone likes Brooks. That's why we're talking about
Yeah.
it in a endearing way. This is not trash talk.
BPR's
Super
junior
nice,
rider.
super nice young man, and very talented, obviously.
Very, very polite to women. When he's
Very
in
polite
their
to
facilities.
women. Self-deprecating as all hell, but very polite to little old ladies.
I would also call his mom if I had a stomach ache.
Yeah, same. I would. I'd call his mom.
Fair enough.
Oh God.
All right.
All right, what are we at, Matt?
Well, guys, that's it for the Tour de France is on. Ben Healy's
cares.
currently winning. He's Irish. Pogacar seems to be in a bad mood every day. I haven't really paid a
he's
lot of
angry.
attention to it. Matteo
do wanna
Jorgensen,
point out
is
that-
Matteo still 5th?
He's 6th, I think.
Okay.
Vanderpool broke away from kilometer 0 on stage 9 and got caught with 1,000 meters to go.
I did watch that
Kilometer to go.
highlight.
Heartbreaking. Yeah.
I just want to say Quinn Simmons is doing us proud.
Yeah.
Sure. He's definitely doing some good TV time.
Yeah.
out
He's
there
got that
for
stash on
USA.
front. Yeah.
He's got the stash on the front. He's got the USA jersey. He better be working.
Austin has the
He got
best stat.
he got
He's-
domestique of the day yesterday.
I believe that.
Yep.
Okay,
we
so my
don't.
videos will be coming out soon. Regular guy cycling. I have power overlays, and I'll do commentary. There'll be short videos, but there'll be 2 of them for my 2 days of crit racing on regular guy cycling. So look out for those.
Absolutely.
6 minutes and 10 minutes.
It'll be awesome to see.
Somewhere in there. I think the first one was a little longer than 6. I looked at it wrong. I think they were pretty close to 10, 11 minutes each.
Okay.
And hey, Hank, Scro was talking about your play, and he wanted to know.
Yeah, he was.
He wanted to know which one of us went and saw it, and nobody did. I was in. Okay, hold on, Justin did. Thanks.
Justin, what?
I was in Tulsa. I couldn't go. But yeah, he was like talking about, because like I think somebody, I don't remember who, but somebody said I don't really watch plays.
That'd be me.
and I'm kind of the same way. I mean, I like plays, okay, but usually I don't watch a lot of plays. But anyway, if I think I would have tried
Musical.
musical.
I've never watched anybody's play.
Yeah.
Just-
So,
just
but Scroll was like, it was awesome. He was really blown away by it. So I just wanted to let you know you had a fan. You had a fan at the race.
Yeah, Justin and Crystal came out. I appreciated seeing some of my biking friends there.
Yeah, we came out, had a good time. Congratulated Hank. He was a bundle of nerves when I saw him at the end of night 1.
I hadn't slept in 6 weeks at that point, so yeah, we were kind of a mess.
Yeah, I figured it was probably a little bit of that and a little bit of trying not to be stressed out about anything that might have gone wrong that I couldn't tell went wrong.
Yeah,
So-
there's all kinds of stuff. You guys
I was
don't
gonna
know
say,
about.
I'm sure a lot of things went wrong because that's how these things work out.
We do have a new website called standardissuemusical.com, and we're recording a studio album. So there'll be a studio album, and then there'll be a live version of the album from the performances. So it's more to come on the show.
Cool.
Well, that's awesome.
Sweet.
Do we have anything else? Austin Hines has a question.
The official tour record is 3-3-3-1. And that's the only stat that anybody needs to know for the Tour de France.
3,
Say it
3.
again. What record?
That's 3 wins for Pirelli, 3 wins, 3 wins for Continental, 3 wins for Specialized Tires, and 1 win for Vittoria's.
Yeah, so
Right.
fuck Victorious. That's what I heard.
Yep.
I'm gonna
They're
try
only
out
running
those. I'm
continually.
pretty psyched, man. I think those
What's that
Pirellis are
trip
going
on?
on the bike
What
Thursday.
car are they running?
Pirelli.
Really?
Yeah, so is Vanderpool and Philipson. I'm not even gonna attempt to say the name of that team.
Trek Little,
Alpecin.
It's the second
Oh.
one that I can't pronounce. So
DeKernick, Alpecin
Sure.
DeKernick.
So
It's
all
a
that-
shampoo.
It's all
EF
that
on Vittoria.
Oh,
EF is on Vittoria.
So is Visma. So that's
Visma's
they've
on
got
Vittoria.
so they've got 2 wins now.
No, they've got 3 wins because Pagaccia won too.
He's on
He's
your
on Continental.
That's what I said.
No,
I,
Vittoria has 2 wins now.
Oh, who? What? Who's
Visma,
the other guy?
Visma and EF.
I thought no, Visma's on Continental. I thought.
No, they're on Vittoria's.
Okay, cool. Then Continental only has 1 win.
and I did. Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say I have an unpopular opinion about
Continental has a new tire at the tour. I can't tell what it is. It looks like a GP 5000 on crack, but
Yeah, they're scared to run it.
they've got a sticker on it. I don't know. They're trying to hide it.
Well, they took all the casing protection out of it to
I'm
make
sure.
it lighter.
I'm sure
That's
it's
what they did.
it's a puncture machine. Yeah.
Did anyone watch a World Cup XC?
Did
Good guy.
Yeah.
what's that little?
It sounds like Rock Shock Flight Attendant is the way to go.
Yeah.
He ditched Sun Tour and Rocket Ship.
Well, I was just waiting for him to get a flat because that seems like what happens in any race he's in. He has the only reason the races are even close when he's in the races because he flats 5 times, and then the group can catch him. But yeah, this last weekend, no mechanicals for him, and he just pretty much rode away from everyone, which was upsetting.
Who won?
From the
Tom
back.
Pidcock.
Pidcock. Tom Pidcock.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of mountain biking, I saw a video the day before yesterday SRAM has a new O-ring technology. There's something about isolating your drivetrain from your cranks for reduced.
See, SRAM is really good. It's not a new technology. They just buy good technology.
It looked
That's
very
what SRAM
interesting.
does. So
Yeah.
that's O-chain. It's been
O-chain.
around it's been around for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mountain biking.
No, it's fine.
I saw
Yeah.
Fox had their new AI suspension. I guess it's not new, but it's something I saw recently.
But,
Yeah,
yeah, how's
the-
that, Austin?
Live valve.
Yeah.
You're the only one that I know
Yeah,
has ever ridden it.
I had the before they went wireless, but apparently it's all the same tech, and it's good, but flight attendant's better.
Fair enough.
Before we log off too, just quick note. August 16th, guys, that's the Edwardsville Crit. Are you doing that, Justin?
No, I'm not. I'm my nephew's got a watermelon party that day, so I'm gonna get a big
watermelon party?
suit.
Yeah, what's a watermelon party?
You haven't
Was
heard of
that
that?
like vodka and tequila?
My
That's
my
last one I
nephew
went
is,
to. Had a bottle of vodka in it.
my nephew is like 2.5, 3 years old. So
Oh, no
it's gonna be
vodka.
That's just in time.
just perfect time to start.
You're never
drinking.
too young.
So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to get a big like watermelon Halloween costume, slap that bad boy on, and go party with. Yep,
So,
go party with him. So no, Hank, sorry, I won't be there.
We're gonna need pictures.
You gonna be in, Hank?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm gonna be there. I'm thinking about doing 2 races.
Okay, they
They don't
got
have
they
a
got
Cat 5
they
or a
got
novice,
novice at 310,
Yep.
and then they got
then
4.5 for
Matt,
novice.
I'll drive. I'll drive if you want to go.
I'm thinking
Yeah, I'm
about
in.
doing both of those races.
August 16th.
I've raced that race quite a few times, and it's going to be on the same course. Be at the front, like be in the
Lot of
first 3
turns.
wheels. Well, you go off the start finish straight, you hang a right, and it's a little sketchy in that corner sometimes if it's because the pavement, like it's got a little brick line, so that could be a little janky. And then you get to the bottom of that, and everybody stands on the brakes into this hairpin turn, but you don't have to brake because you can run it as wide as you want on the exit. So make sure you get
Is that
to the
turn
front.
1 or turn 2 you're talking about? Turn 1? Turn 2.
Where's the
Okay.
course? Where is it at the school?
No, it's like downtown.
Yeah, it's like a square and a triangle or something. It's like
Yeah, pretty much. And then right after that, it goes hairpin uphill. So you want to lose as little speed on that as possible, and you can run it 35 mile an hour if you wanted to.
I could not.
Keep your speed going up the hill. It's left at the top of that, falls flat, and then up this little cobble thing. Be careful turning onto that. I watched a guy put himself on the other side of the barriers from taking that corner weird. So
Nate and I are going, and we're gonna race for Hank.
there you go.
All right, I'll take the hill.
I can't. I'm in a 3.
Are you okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my 3 upgrade.
Nice, welcome. Nate and I can work together then.
Hey, are we talking actual
I-
hills here? By the way, Justin, is it hills or is it just?
It's just like little steep, like 6 to 8% bumps.
Okay.
Well, Matt Johnson make that distinction.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a Matt Johnson hill, an annoyance for the rest of us. It was
I'm joking.
Yeah.
That was hilarious on my ride on the July 4th. You were like, "These hills, they suck," which they kind of do.
I
They're all
mean,
like-
to be
they're-
fair, they were all really short and punchy, and they just were close enough together to be an annoyance.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you're
I'm-
riding
that's what-
hard, a
go to
hill's a
this.
hill.
Nate, it's fun. Definitely. Are you racing Gateway this year, Nate?
Yeah, I'm gonna race Gateway.
So you want to team up since like we're the only 3s in the area, and like,
I don't know. I see how you treat Gabe.
all right, fair enough. It's
Team
okay.
TBS is looking for new team members from what I heard.
And
Hey,
Gabe's looking for-
BPR is hiring 2026.
I still say that on Thursday, Team PBR won on the Thursday night crit. That's why Nate
I'll
got up to me.
bring the cooler.
Yeah, Nate caught up to me. I was like, well, good thing that we planned this at the beginning and we were ditching our teams and racing for each other.
Hey,
Yeah,
if we
we
could
work
get
together.
matching jerseys in a pickup
Yeah, we
truck,
did
we
work
might be
together.
able to. We might be able to compete.
Yeah.
You just need a single cab pickup truck with the
Yeah.
extended head.
Hey, there's no better team building than an hour in a single cab.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
There's
Nothing to
so
do
much
but talk
power in a
strats.
Hey, yeah. How was the after the Chipotle ride home?
It was great. Team camaraderie was high.
And Brooks handled that okay?
Yeah, Nate had calmed down from his rage and told Brooks what he did wrong. Very nice. And it was
Yeah, he's done forgot.
yeah. Nate's specific words was, Brooks, you did great 90% of the time, but that 10% was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, guys, I
No.
think that's going to about wrap up this episode. Do we have any final thoughts?
If we have anything else, we'll do it next week.
Yeah. We'll see you again in the future, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Soil Cycling number 20. I've been your host, Matt, with my many special guests, and thank you for listening. I want to take a quick moment, shout out Parks Plumbing. Haven't seen Barry Parks for a while. I think he's been waist deep in somebody's...
Waste.
He's been waist deep in somebody's hole working, cleaning out. I don't know what he does. The plumbers, it's rough. We talked about it one day. He gets underneath houses and goes places I wouldn't go. But yeah, Parks Plumbing, thanks for the support. Bike Surgeon, thanks for the support. BPR, Bike World, thanks for, I don't know if you support us, but you supported me the other day, so appreciate that. I'm a sponsored rider, by the way, of Team of Bike World with my Pirelli tires. I can't wait to get them on my bike. Guys, it's been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fun.
And we're done.